Have you ever watched a television show and wondered why they put a message at the end of it? According to the article, putting a message or epilogue at the end can help depict the story's persuasive subtext. When you watch a television show about something such as suicide, the producers want you to understand that there is help, so they put a message at the end of the television show, maybe of a main heartwarming character, to let you know that there is help and here's what you can do to get it. There are tons of television shows that will do this, not only for themselves, but for you as well. In the article, Ending as Intended, the educational effects of an epilogue to a TV show episode about bipolar disorder, which appeared in the journal Health Communication, communication scholar Elizabeth Cohen looked at a certain television episode in particular. Cohen looked at the epilogue of the television show Beverly Hills 90210, titled Off the Rails. This episode was used during the study in this article. They compared students who watched the epilogue and students who did not watch the epilogue. The episode was about a character named Silver. Silver had bipolar disorder. The epilogue at the end allowed people to understand the signs of bipolar disorder and that they can get help and it can be managed with medication. Elizabeth Cohen's article, Ending as Intended, the educational effects of an epilogue to a TV show episode about bipolar disorder, demonstrates how an epilogue from a television show can have an impact on a person when discovering new information about a certain disease, in particular, one about bipolar disorder. To understand more about the experiment that was done, here's a little more information. They started off with the procedure. They had 2 identical classrooms, and the students could decide on which one they wanted to go. They had no idea which room was the room with the epilogue and which wasn't. So the students went into the rooms. 43 saw the epilogue, and 46 did not see the epilogue. Next was the stimulus. They decided on an episode from Beverly Hills 90210, Off the Rails. They looked at the character Silver and how at the end of the episode she explains the effects of bipolar disorder and the treatments for it. Here is a clip from the episode of Silver and her emotions through bipolar disorder.
Want you to fix all of this?
Silver, listen.
You can see that through that clip that there are many different signs of bipolar disorder, but there was a few and how she depicted them. Then they made measures. They asked the students yes or no on whether or not they believed that there was an underlying message to the story. There was 7.8% that did not believe that there was an underlying message. Then they went through counter-arguing, narrative involvement, bipolar disorder stereotypes, social distancing, and then the involvement with bipolar disorder. When they were looking at social distancing, they decided that they looked at those who saw the epilogue if they would now go up to people with bipolar disorder or any type of disease, and if they would go up to them better now than they would before seeing the epilogue. Last in the experiment, they finally figured out the results. Most people who saw the epilogue agreed that it helped them learn more about bipolar disorder. They believe that it will now help them go up to people with diseases. Cohen's analysis of the impact of an epilogue on people can apply to any epilogue from a television show. The next time you're watching a television episode about suicide, depression, or really any disease, pay attention to the whole episode at the end. And the end, because the epilogue may help you learn more about that disease. In doing so, look at the epilogue to help you learn more about the disease. Don't just brush it off. Look at it. Also, look closely at movies that have to do with diseases. Most of the time, they may put an epilogue in words in the credits at the end. Or they may put a message at the beginning to let people know beforehand. Thank you.